we have to continue from last clip, last class, teaching, learning on the structure of English, right? The name of the book that I would like to hand to all of us is the structure of, English structure, this one, written by Assistant Professor Dr. Nares Surasith when he was very young. That's why many years ago this book and used. It has been used with many students, many groups of the students, and many universities also, including all of us here, including Silapakon University, Master Degree Engineering. What do you call the names of the graduation certificate? MA, M.Ing, Master Degree. And at the same time, that's Silapakon University and Southeast Asia University. That is for the students who study bachelor degree, BA English for business study structure, because this is the base, not basic, base of English learning. And at the same time teaching master degree linguistic students from at Mahachulalongkorn Buddhist University, Wang Noi. Also 100 question. I have 100 items, 100 not question, right? 100 items of final test that I use for testing the student at Mahachulalongkorn Buddhist University, Mahachulalongkorn Ratchavidyalaya University. I don't like this name. That's why I always use this Mahachulalongkorn Buddhist University, mentioning that this university belongs to Buddhism. Normally 90%, maybe 90% I don't know now, of the students are venerable monks, not lay people. But at this time, when I was a student there, only monks could be study there. Only monks and novices are only monks. Only monks, not lay people, could be study at MCU before, when many years ago. But everything can be changed. Depends on time, depends on place, and depends on person who are in charge. Regular. But I thought I have been teaching for more than 25 years. Proudly speak at many universities. I like it. This morning also teaching IAS, but IAS I teach. I told you before, right here. IAS that I taught is not IAS. What do you mean, Ajahn? IAS that I taught is research for BA student. Very nice. They submit their work to me. I teach them research methodology. I teach them this research methodology. I teach them how to read. And at the same time, I think I gave them this book also. Maybe different, but same kinds of this book. I also teach them how to use languages in their spoken language. I also teach them in how to present today, and I also evaluate their work and then return to them, guide them, because they are just BA students. Ladies and gentlemen, I think all of us, this is the way we Thai people can improve English language. Don't believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people who are talking about this, but especially those who have never studied English as as foreign language. Ajahn Nares have been still studying, have been studying English as second language for many years. What is it? No. For many years. That's why I understand the characters of Thai students, and at the same time I understand the weakness of Thai students. I think I understand the strength of Thai students too. That's why my proposed to all of us must be suitable for Thai characters. Ajahn, I have this data from no, not data, data. Correct them sometimes. I presenting. No, I am presenting, or I am going to present. I interrupt them immediately and check what happens. And if you want to present 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and some whole microphone like this. And today, like this, I would like to present 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I asked her that, do you like singing? Yes, Ajahn. How do you know? How do you know? Because I'm rhetoric teacher. Rhetoric. I don't know how to spell it. Maybe it's begin with H. Huh? Begin with H. Rhetoric teacher. I don't know. Rhetoric. Maybe not correct. Let me check it. I'm rhetoric teacher. So, maybe I'm not correct right here. Let's see. Oh no, man. I didn't use for a long time. I'm rhetoric teacher. That's why teaching about this. I know if you are the speaker, you won't put microphone in front of your face like this. You have to hold your microphone one hand, not two hands like this. One hand by this way. Let your face shown to the people. Sorry, this one not correct. Delete it. Okay. That's why learning about this one, teaching them how, encourage them, inspire them, encourage them to speak English, because they know that their English, they don't know how to speak. They don't know how to compose the sentences. Why? I said why? I don't know why. Why? Subject, verb, object. What happens? Subject, verb, object. It is quite easy. And then tenses you must be able to use. I am, she said, I was finished my work. No. Yeah, you can't use passive voice. They learn fast. They learn very fast. And I believe that all of you are also learning fast. You see that if you understand grammar or the structure, you can speak English confidently, like Ajahn Nares. Speak English confidently. I know some, maybe some is, and if you didn't hear my voice, end sounds, for example, book, you didn't hear different. If you didn't hear teeth, it means that microphone is not good enough. Microphone, I learned from my Facebook live in English as well. Some end sound disappearing. Is my microphone is not good enough to correct every word that I speak. That is also the point. But I pronounce correctly. Returning to the structure that I have taught you before, I would like every of us to understand the structure I taught, because this structure is not available in everybody's book except Dr. Nares' book. And at the same time, I expand my structure. This is number 5. The structure was expanded by Ajahn Nares again to be like this: how to use tenses, how to use voices, how to use verbs in English. Everything is correct. I just say sorry, that's why, nothing more. That we learn recently about tense. If we learn about tenses, talking about tenses, it seems to be difficult. Tense is difficult. But exactly, tense is verb structure. Like I said, remind you once again, verb can be divided into 2 groups. The first one is main verb. The second one is auxiliary verb. And I show also everything clear. That's why main verbs can be transformed, can be changed. If you don't understand transform, can be transformed, can be formed 4 forms. Verb 1, simple form. Verb 2, past form. Verb 3, perfect form or past participle form. Verb 4, present participle or gerund form. Or what is it? Another one. That's why gerund. Gerund present participle and verb 4. That's called I call the names of verb 4, and you can speak to other people clearly and was it proudly by saying that, referring to Dr. Nares, who said verb 4. Why not verb 4? Also from there is a regulation for transferring for at ses at the end of verb 1 when it is used as the main verb of present simple tense singular subject. And then verb 2 also, there is the regulation or the rules for transforming, for changing verb 1 into verb 2 by adding ed sometimes, and change the form irregular verb write, wrote, written, have, had, having, meet, met, meeting, drink, drank, drunk, drinking, and some other verbs not like this. Maybe like translate, ed, translated, like want, translated. So many words follow regular system, regular rule. Regular rules mean put ed after the beginning, the base form of verb 1, using with differently. And verb 2 and verb 3 must have the same form if ed is added at the end of verb 1. Regular verb. Transfer ed, transferring, like that. And at the same time, there are some rules also for changing verb 1 into verb 4. If the verb end with like swimming, short vowel sound end with one consonant, end one, the spelling, only one alphabet spelling is the spelling word, only one, like swim. And when we transfer to ing or verb 4, we have to double the end sound and the spelling. What do you call it? The end sound, the end consonant for swimming, one syllable. Sometimes I confuse by bringing all of this. I taught before many years, but long before teaching about the comparative studies of Thai language and English language, about the phonology is phonetics, different one, about the how to use the language, what difference, what are the same between two languages like this. And let's see this clip will be generally speaking about the past, what we have done before, but topic will be very short for this clip, and the next one will be maybe the test also, and then let's follow me, and then we will understand what I have spoken. Yesterday I finished my class by teaching MA students. Let me repeat again and again, as well you are from whatever department, but you have to study like this, and I taught them the same way, but I have so limited time to teach them, and 100 items of test release, so I expect to bring that test for all of us to try. 100 items. That is the final test that I would like to judge your understanding. Okay? Auxiliary verb consists of two groups, can be divided into two groups. Auxiliary verb, the first one is primary auxiliary verb, verb to be, verb to do, verb to have. Primary auxiliary verb is is the verb, maybe use the word is the verb that can be formed four forms, can be transformed into four forms. Verb to be, was, were, been, being, etc. And at the same time, one more auxiliary verb, that is modal auxiliary verb, cannot form four forms. It can transform into only two forms: will, would. Look at this: shall, should, can, could, may, might. That's all. Only two forms, right? If we see about this, and then we see the line that I draw connecting between the helping verb auxiliary verb, not only primary auxiliary verb, both primary auxiliary verb and modal auxiliary verb. Which main verbs, which forms, verb 1, verb 2, verb 3, verb 4, can be used after this one? For example, number 1, verb to be. If you see verb to be here, verb to be require only two. What is that? See the line here. Which one? Verb 3. Verb 3 after verb to be. Verb 3 after verb to be, 99% is passive voice. That's why I told my student this morning, you can't use I was finished. No, you can't. It means you die. You were finished. You have to say that my research was finished. The first chapter was finished. That is passive form. We learned about this before. I explained clearly about this before. Refer back, listen again, do again. There are some men, also men, not women, writing to me, telling about clips that I release on free YouTube. He follow everything he did. Whatever Ajahn said inside, I myself said, seem to have every problem you said about TOEFL. Seem to me, every problems I have, whatever you mentioned in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why some ask me, can you guarantee, Ajahn, can you guarantee if I register in your class, can you guarantee my success? Oh, impossible, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody can guarantee your success. Nobody in the world. Don't believe the advertisement. Don't believe the people who would like to get money from you. Don't believe it. Consider by reasons and effect. Reasons, cause and effect. You will understand that. They guarantee. That's why learning 1 month, my English will be improved dramatically, and I will be able to use English, speak English fluently. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? If you believe that, it means that you don't have any reason. You don't understand. That's why English needs vocabularies. English needs understanding the structures, what I am teaching here. And English needs practicing also the stage or the arena for the speakers to speak and to use often. How can people learn in very short periods of time? You see that, imagine many Farans, all Farans living in our country. How many of them can pronounce Thai language correctly? Same as that. Don't expect to pronounce the same way as Farang. It's not necessary to imitate all of them. We just want language to get the knowledge from people speaking, from the books, and from etc. That's all. That is the real meanings of English. And main verb, the second main verb, whenever you tackle TOEFL problems and TOEIC problems, whatever problem about English, you see that's why the second one is verb 4. This one, verb 4. Verb 4 I classify here. I show you the examples, and those who study with me will understand whatever I write over here. You have to study the previous clips, many clips before. You have to study before this clip. You will understand clearly. That's why writing, speaking, translating, imagining, whatever, every word ending, every verb that ends with ing or gerund, whatever you name it. Dr. Nares said verb 4, continuous tense. How many continuous tense? 6 continuous tense mentioning here. Present continuous tense. The first one, look. Present perfect continuous tense. Number 2, Number 3, past continuous tense. I mentioned here. My student understand this one before. And then number 4, past perfect continuous tense. Number 5, future continuous tense. Number 6, future perfect continuous tense. Both active voice and passive voice, clearly explained. So today, let's come to summarize again. That's all. This is what I want to summarize here before we go to the next contents, which are very, very important. Noun clause adjective clause, adverb clause, if clause, subject verb agreement, verb forms is very, very good. So you get more knowledge, and at the same time you will understand much better in English. This is the real way of understanding how to use English grammar or English structures proper efficiently. Verb to have if just in life, in whatever. If we use verb to have as auxiliary verb, auxiliary verb, the main verb that must be after verb to have, has, had, is verb 3. The question that I always ask my student, that is, have, has, had, plus verb 3, the example down here, is considered passive voice. And those who study carefully will answer very, very clear that no, Ajahn. Very nice. No, Ajahn. I'm very proud. I'm very proud whenever the students answer my question in English. Even Thai students, Burmese students, Bangladesh students, Indian students, all of them are my students. I taught different universities, as I told you again and again. That's why you convince you that learning here is not depending on outside factors, but inside factors. But inside ourselves, that we learn what is right and wrong, the reasons. Teaching doesn't mean the teachers who teach whatever subject. Doesn't mean teaching only academic contents. They must also teach morality. In which way? Put morality inside, because we train people to be both knowledgeable and fundamental. Different maybe. Fundamental also. Not only body, in our body, as I said before. It consists of two parts. Number one is body. Body need eat, sleep, work, exercise, etc. But mind also must be trained. That's why I always put some knowledge, my experience and the teaching from Buddhism also inside. Maybe some other religions also. Verb to have refer to, look at this, have, we see this one. Where is it? We can't use verb 1 after verb to have. No. We can't use will, would, shall, should after verb to have. No. Because will, would, shall, should is not. Sorry, will, would, shall, should are not main verb. They are auxiliary verb, this one. They are auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verb here means will, would, shall, should. If we use will, would, shall, should, must come before verb to have, like this. Must come before verb to be, verb to do, verb to have, or any verbs, not after other verbs. That is will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might. Must, need, used to, ought to, and dare. 13 words, auxiliary verb, model auxiliary verb. So require what? Verb to have, not passive voice. If we want to change into passive voice, verb to have require verb 3. Be form, been. Be form. Before, this one. Before using been and, which one? Been and verb 3. Let's see, been and verb 3. Had been, like, I didn't see it here. This one, number 4. Been plus verb 3, that is passive voice. That is passive voice. If been plus being and passive voice also, passive voice will be this one. Past perfect continuous. What about this one, number 4? Present perfect tense, but passive voice. Verb to have. Verb to do you normally use in the interrogative sentence and negative sentence. Verb after verb to do will be verb simple form or verb 1 or verb 1. That's all. Do you like? Does your father speak English well? Not does your father spoke, not did she come, not came, not comes, not coming, like that. Will, would, shall, should require only simple form of verb like this. Follow this one. Nothing more. Nothing more. All of this we explained before. And after understanding clearly, we come to our work here. We come to our work. Same as I explained before. Number one, the simple form follows all modal auxiliary verb. How many modal auxiliary verb? 13 modal auxiliary verb. I didn't put all of them here. Will, would, only two forms. Will is present form. Normally we say future form, right? But there is no future in English. I learned from somebody. There is no future in English. Okay? Maybe true. But in TOEFL, I have never learned Falang teaching this about future. Maybe only will, shall refer to future. Will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, all of them require simple form of verb after. This is the simple form, easy. But it doesn't mean that everything will be like this. Let me show you here. We will see later, but I don't want to wait anymore. Let's see. Will, would, shall, should, can. 13 words will be used the same. For example, let me use may. She may. May can be used as she may work overtime. Work, no SES, overtime. Okay. Overtime. The same word, this is, we determine that after will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, verb 1, base form, present form, whatever name, use it. After that, no SES. It doesn't matter what subject it is, singular subject or plural subject, it doesn't matter. The second one is she may, if, after may, have. Let me change to will because it can become tense. Will become future tense. Future tense. She will work overtime tonight. Not yet tonight, but tonight is approaching. Or she will have verb 3 after verb to have. We look at this. Will, shall, can, may. Dr. Nares said, when I speak, when I read, when I write, verb after modal auxiliary verb must be verb 1. Have is verb 1. Have, verb 1. Has is inside here. Had, whatever you pronounce, had or had, and having. Verb 1 is here after this one. And don't forget that if we use verb to have as, not has cannot be used after will, shall. That's why we do not consider has as main verb. It is main verb, but not the real form of verb 1. Verb 1, real form of verb 1 is have. Real form of verb to do is do. Real form of verb to be is be, not is a bar. Is. So after this one, what will happen? From the regulation I taught you before, in this clip, verb 3 after this, work. Quite easy. Not for tackling, not for solving TOEFL problems alone or solely, but for also using in your daily life over time. Over time. Put the time inside. And it is longer. That's why I said will, would, shall, should plus verb 1. It doesn't end like this. It's too easy. It's too easy. If it is the easiest like this, nobody failed in the test. But the question can be like the second sentence. The question can be like the third sentence. She will have. And then verb 3. Been is verb 3. Be, simple form. Was, were, past form. Been, perfect form. Or past participle form. And then being is verb 4. Continuous form. Nobody said continuous form. present participle form, gerund form. But remember that, as I said, verb to be, verb to do, verb to have, primary auxiliary verb can be changed into 4 forms. Where is am are? Where are is am are? Where is am are? Is am are inside be. We cannot use verb 1. If you say that verb 1 after verb to be, she will is, you cannot use she will is here. It is impossible because is am are not verb 1 in English. Same as verb to do. Been, after be, we come to this one again. After be, if we use verb to be as helping verb or auxiliary verb, verb 3 passive voice, verb 4 active voice, continuous tense require after this one. So here will be work if she working. Future perfect continuous tense. She will have been working, not worked, ed, because she a person working, not done by work, overtime maybe. Do you understand? More than this, but we can use the same. Will shall require verb 1, have verb 1 require verb 3, been verb 3, verb to be used as helping verb, require 2 verbs. If the subject doing by itself, herself, verb 4 require continuous tense. And if not, she was done, the subject was done, is done, ed will be here, verb 3, future perfect. Not continuous, na? Future perfect, that's all. Okay, I pass this topic to the next one. That's why this one is maybe more complex. So when we study, and whatever I said recently is about this. Whatever I said recently is about this. So this and about this. Understand it clearer than this one, clearer than my book. But I would like to explain this structure, which is exceptional structure for those who are interested in learning English to understand. And remember that if you are interested in this clip and you want to study the whole topics, the whole contents, please access to worldwideweb.skilllane.com and worldwideweb.julabookcourse.com. It will be available very soon. And considering the way of teaching, I think this is only a Thai teacher who teach English in English and broadcasting on social media. We have to support Thai people. We have to give credit to Thai people. Don't give credit to only Farangs or foreigners. You have to treat Thai teacher and Farang teacher equally, considering knowledge, not considering considering the color, race, color. You must be fair to Thai teachers, every Thai teacher. You must be fair with them. You must be fair, not treating them differently. Thai people, Thai teacher must be second to Farang. Don't say that. Only pronunciation we accept. And at the same time, our Thai pronunciation, we are much better too. And this is the exceptional rule that I have to discuss with all of us over here. And then we will have examination. This is the examination letter. Okay, here, all of that I only 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5 I explained with the first one, this one already, not necessary to explain once again. Okay, passive voice also done before. So this is an exceptional rule. I have this one for difficult tests for the students, and you find this one in TOEIC and TOEFL test. What is the explanation for this one? This is a verb. This is a verb. Ask, advise, insist, recommend, propose, suggest, demand, urge, request. All of these require the regulation. We will read the rule of using all of these, ladies and gentlemen. One verb used in one sentence. Subject, it doesn't matter what subject it is. Subject here. Plus this one. Ask maybe ed. Insist maybe s. Depends on tense. this one verbs depends on tense but what I'm telling you for using these verbs is after for example she insisted maybe ed insisted that I'm telling you that after this verb you will see that over here okay that clause follow main clause subject plus how many verbs 9 verbs she insists that she recommends that she advised that whatever you choose she advised that present tense past tense depends on no problem not the big problem and the question will be after that the question will be after that you will see two forms of sentence the first one look at this the first sentence is well, the color is not clear the first sentence is subject it doesn't matter singular or plural subjects and then verb simple form or verb 1 no s no es no ing nothing even the subject is singular or plural it doesn't matter she insists that Mr. Dale is my friend I have to use was my friend because he died many years ago I just remind you Mr. Dale is Mr. Dale singular or plural singular อาจารย์ Dale is singular subject and then when we use she insists that Mr. Dale sorry no T right L teach normally we use Mr. Dale teaches but according to this structure we don't put es over here remember you can't say that this is not correct it is correct because you don't know about this regulation about this rule about how to use ask insist that teach English for business etc this one is the test Mr. Dale teach English for business understandable again อาจารย์ many students ask me once again อาจารย์ can you repeat again no problem I said that if you see the sentence like I insist that like this I insist that I suggest that clause you see this word over here and then after that clause it is requirement that verb simple form without changing without adding any ses requires to use in this position plural form no problem take no ses normally but accompany there is singular subject normally Ajahn Dale accompanies us but here we don't change y into I and add es even Ajahn Dale is singular subject because of insist that in front exceptional rule why exceptional I don't know I'm not the person to create this structure I just learned and tell and use that's all it's just my duty to create anything in language I create many things but just changing that's all but the same thing not different I just change the name I just change the way to explain that's all but I believe my techniques better than any other techniques understandable okay which is let me explain for two groups of words at the same time the second groups of word what color it is the second groups of word is are this the second groups consist of this word all of these necessary vital imperative essential important mandatory better are not verb they are adjective means that when we cannot use subject plus this one. No, you cannot use as it's mandatory. No, you cannot use it necessary. No, you cannot use that adjective. One way of using adjective. Number one, adjective modify noun, keeping in front of noun, which is opposite to Thai language. I taught this one before. And then the second one is we keep adjective after linking verb. Is, are, seem, appear, etc. That's why this structure will be like subject plus, for example, is, are, was, were. Let me use this word instead. It is necessary that, for example, if we get the example, it is not the is. It is, it was, never mind. Necessary, that same as that clause here. This one is that clause that we have to remember. You remember 9 words from verbs, and you have to remember 7 words from adjective. The way to use is we study from that subject verb the same, but in front different because the words are different. But after that, the same. They are the same. Necessarily that after that clause over here, that same as that, this, that same as that, and then two forms or 2 structures can be used after this. Number 1, subject, same as this one, plus verb simple form, no s, no es, same as this one. It is necessary that Dale, Mr. Dale, teach, no ses, English for business. English for business. Understand? That means we study together at the same time. The way to use is just change it. It is imperative that clause, we close, not ed. We closed, not ed. That's all. That's all, same thing. Repeat again, remember again, listen again, if you try to understand. And I think you can adapt my language, English language, into your skill easily. And then in the future, it is after learning until the end of this class, I believe you will say that you will remind yourself and tell yourself that it is marvelous because I didn't translate Ajahn Nares' language. I understand, I can understand automatically. Very nice. And you get benefits. Number 1 is you understand the structures, English structures correctly. And the second one, you practice your listening skill, English listening skill, Thai version. Don't forget to credit Thai teachers equally as Farang, equally with Farang, the same as Farang. The second one, if it is not active voice. The first example that I show you is active voice after this one. The second example, the second form, the second structure will be passive voice. Passive voice, what is the compulsory form of passive voice? The compulsory of passive voice is be plus verb 3. Be plus verb 3. That's why this one be is simple form. First verb 1. Be, not ismr, not ismr. Be is number 1. This one also number 2 we see a subject plus be and then plus verb 3. Passive voice will be like this. I recommend that there be promote, not there is promote. Not there is promoted. Why? Because recommend that from up here. Where is it? Where is recommended? She insists that Tom be punished. She insists that Joe Ferrari be punished like this. The Prime Minister insists that, can you say that? Joe Ferrari be punished. Okay? This is the way that we learn in this class, in this course. If you think the way we learn here, you understand very well both language and also the way I teach. This course is for you.